Good morning, everyone. So for today, we will discuss another topic, which is order chlamydiales. So for this order chlamydiales, it consists of 8 families, including Chlamydiaceae, Parachlamydiaceae, Simcaniaceae, Wadliaceae. So the most significant species are under the family Chlamydiaceae. There are other organisms belonging to other families that are implicated also in causing clinical cases in animals. Like for bovine abortion, we have the Wadlia, Chondrophila, and Parachlamydia species. While the Neochlamydia hartmanniae was reported to cause ocular disease in cats. So this is a summary of the characteristics of the family Chlamydiaceae, which we mentioned is the most important family, where the species of the species of organisms affecting disease in animals belongs here. So we have the spherical intracellular bacteria with unique developmental cycle as one of the characteristics of this family. And the important genus is the Chlamydia, which before also called as some of the species of chlamydia were reclassified as Chlamydophila, but now they are all put under the one genus Chlamydia. So other characteristics are the cell walls lack peptidoglycan but contain genus-specific lipopolysaccharide. They are obligate intracellular bacteria that are unable to synthesize ATP and thus only replicate in living cells. Appropriate staining procedures include the modified Zell-Nielsen and GEMSA method. So the conventional gram staining technique is not usually used to demonstrate the appearance of the bacteria under the family Chlamydiaceae. Species vary in their virulence for particular hosts. They are known to produce respiratory, enteric, and reproductive tract diseases, both in humans and animals. So they can able to survive in the environment for several days. For the chlamydia species, the following are the known species causing diseases in animals and in humans. These are Chlamydia psittaci. So this is pronounced as silent without the P. So it is silent P, psittaci. That is known to cause pneumonia, erysiculitis. The disease is known as psittacosis or ornithosis, affecting primarily all species of birds, including humans. Chlamydia abortus in sheep is known to cause enzootic abortion. Chlamydia felis is known to cause conjunctivitis in cats. Chlamydia pecorum is known to cause intestinal infection in sheep. And Chlamydia suis is known to cause intestinal infection in pigs. So for the important genera, as I've mentioned that there are 2 genera before, these are validly published, and these are Chlamydia and Chlamydophila. But based on the differences by the nucleic acid sequencing studies of their 16 and 23 srRNA genes, no, they are classified as 2 genera, but however, it has been formally proposed now to combine these 2 genera into a single genus, which is the Chlamydia, that comprise 11 species affecting animals, and 2 species of Chlamydia, which are the Trachomatis and Pneumoniae, are known to be important human pathogens. So for the characteristics, they are gram-negative bacteria. They are dependent to the host cell, as we mentioned. That's why they are unable to synthesize on their own the ATP or the energy currency that is needed to carry out different metabolic activities cell. They are regarded as energy parasites. They are obligate intracellular prokaryotic organisms with an unusual developmental cycle. So there are two cells present known as the elementary bodies and the reticulate bodies, which we will discuss later. Replicate within the cytoplasmic vacuoles of the host cells. They are aerobic and non-motile. The cell walls lack peptidoglycan, but they contain the genus-specific lipopolysaccharide since they are gram-negative bacteria. As we mentioned, they do not stain well using the gram staining technique. That's why we need to stain them with Gemsa, Jimenez, modified Zil-Nielsen, Machiavello techniques, and Castaneda stains. Metabolically, they are deficient bacteria, unable to produce or store ATP. That's why they are not growing in cell-free or inert media, which is very common among the previous gram-negative and gram-positive genera that we have discussed already. So they produce respiratory, enteric, and reproductive tract diseases in animals and humans. So this is the unusual developmental cycle that this order Chlamydiales possess, the presence of the elementary bodies and the reticulate bodies. The elementary bodies are the infectious extracellular forms. They are small, with 200 to 300 nanometer in size, metabolically inert or inactive, but osmotically stable. For the reticulate bodies, they are about 1 centimeters in diameter, 1 centimeter in diameter. It is the metabolically active form, osmotically fragile, and replicates by binary fission, as with similar with other bacteria, which replicate by binary fission within the endosome. So this is the diagram of the development of chlamydial forms in the host cell. So first, they need to be attached, or they need attachment of this infectious form, which are the elementary bodies to the host cell, followed by receptor-mediated endocytosis. Then, development of reticulate bodies will be followed, which, as we mentioned, these are the metabolically active replicating forms in endosomes. This will be followed by binary fission of the metabolically active form reticulate bodies in the endosome, and followed by condensation and maturation of elementary bodies in enlarging endosomes. So once these mature elementary bodies are released, by cell lysis, okay, and even the reticulate bodies and the intermediate forms, so they will now be released and they are ready to infect another susceptible host cells, and the process continues for their multiplication, affecting more and more cells in the body. So this is another diagram showing the stages in the development of chlamydial forms in the host cells. For their usual habitat, they are known to inhabit the gastrointestinal tract of the animals. That's why there are intestinal infections that are often persistent and some are subclinical. So since they are being shed, or they are in the gastrointestinal tract, they are being shed in the feces. Fecal shedding of the organisms, typically prolonged, becomes intermittent with time. And the infectious forms, which are the elementary bodies, can survive in the environment for several days. This is a summary showing the chlamydial species affecting animals, of course, even humans. So these are the species that have zoonotic implications. So we have the species, the host, and the clinical infections produced. First, we have the chlamydia psittaci. Take note of the spelling. It is double T, and it is pronounced as silent T, psittaci. So the main hosts are birds and humans. For birds, they causes the disease, as we mentioned, psittacosis or ornithosis, that causes mainly pneumonia, erysiculitis, even intestinal infection resulting to diarrhea, also conjunctivitis, pericarditis, and encephalitis. In man, the disease is called psittacosis or ornithosis. Next, we have the chlamydia avium affecting birds. Typically, it was isolated from asymptomatic or subclinical chickens and pigeons. Respiratory outbreaks has been reported in cetacean species. Next, we have the chlamydia abortus. It has various hosts. One is cattle, sheep, goats, pigs, humans, that the organism is known to cause reproductive infection. Mainly, we call this as chlamydial abortion. It is specific for sheep. The disease is called as enzootic abortion of ewe, and abbreviated or acronym is EAE. We have chlamydia felis, which is known to cause conjunctivitis, or the disease is known as feline pneumonitis in cats. And this disease or the organism is included in the vaccine that is given to young cats, the 4-in-1 vaccine. So in addition with the rhinotracheitis, feline viral rhinotracheitis, feline panleukopenia, and in addition, there is the conjunctivitis. So in humans, it is also known as conjunctivitis. Next, we have chlamydia caviae in guinea pigs that causes inclusion conjunctivitis. We have chlamydia pecorum in sheep, known to cause intestinal infection, conjunctivitis, and polyarthritis. In cattle, the disease is called as sporadic bovine encephalomyelitis, polyarthritis, and metritis. Koalas, it can cause conjunctivitis and urogenital infection. Chlamydia suis in pigs is known to cause intestinal infection. Muridarum in mice. Respiratory infection is the reported clinical condition. Trachomatis in human causes trachoma or lymphogranuloma venereum, and also inclusion conjunctivitis. In humans, another important pathogen is Chlamydia pneumoniae. From the species name pneumoniae, in humans it is known to cause respiratory infection. This is a table showing characterization that is used to differentiate Chlamydia psittaci from Chlamydia trachomatis in terms of the presence of inclusion when you use iodine, D-cycloserine who's resistant and sensitive, and also for sulfadiazine resistance and sensitivity. For trachomatis, it produces brown inclusion bodies when you stain it with iodine, and it is resistant to dicycloserine and sensitive to sulfadiazine. For psittaci, there is no inclusion body that can be seen when stained with iodine, and it is sensitive to dicloserine and resistant to sulfadiazine, which is the opposite for Chlamydia trachomatis. So for the disease overview, as we mentioned, the organism is known to cause the disease psittacosis or ornithosis, which is an acute and fatal disease in young birds, while in adults, it is a chronic disease. It can cause diarrhea, inappetence, ocular, and nasal discharges. Infection leads to pneumonia and erysiculitis. So this is a zoonotic disease. And pneumonitis is a highly contagious disease transmitted by inhalation of infected droplets. There's conjunctivitis and pneumonitis. In neonatal kittens, mild or subclinical condition is seen in adult cats. Next, we have the sporadic bovine encephalomyelitis, which is caused by Chlamydia pecorum, resulting to 50% mortality among affected animals. Calves less than 6 months are the most susceptible, resulting to staggering gait, inappetence, emaciation, encephalitis, pleuritis, and peritonitis. Next, we have other conditions like abortion, stillbirth, arthritis, and enteritis affecting cattle or bovine. Next, we have the ovine and zootic abortion that is known to be a latent infection in pregnant cows until 4th month of gestation and affecting pregnant ewes, resulting to enzootic abortion of ewes. Polyarthritis in cattle, sheep, horses are also reported. In porcine or pigs, there is also reported abortion, conjunctivitis, pneumonia, and polyarthritis. So for the pathogenesis and pathogenicity, so the chlamydia infect over 450 species of birds and a large number of mammalian species, including humans. They are associated with specific disease in particular host. There is the interspecies infection is usually uncommon, and GIT or the gastrointestinal tract is the usual site of infection with chlamydia species in animals. Environmental factors and management practices can influence the prevalence of some chlamydial infections. Many chlamydial infections are asymptomatic, particularly when localized in superficial epithelia. For the diagnostic procedures, we have the history, the clinical signs, and pathological changes. Specimens for isolation of the organism are placed in suitable transport medium when submitted to the laboratory, and the transport medium contains sucrose phosphate glutamate medium supplemented with fetal calf serum, aminoglycoside, and antifungal agent to kill contaminants. Direct microscopy for detection of organism in smears or tissue sections containing moderate number of organisms. Specimens that can be submitted are aborted fetuses, spleen, liver, placental smears for chlamydial abortion. Several commercial test kits are available. Isolation of the organisms in embryonated eggs, as we mentioned, they cannot be grown in cell-free media or inert media or the usual culture media that we use. And we need living tissues or cells, tissue culture. So example here, embryonated eggs inoculated into the yolk sac or in a number of continuous cell lines. We have examples here, McCoy. These are tissue culture cell lines, L929, L929 or 29, baby hamster and kidney cells and Vero cells. PCR techniques, PCR-based methods are used to detect chlamydial DNA in samples or specimens. Serological procedures that can be used are complement fixation test, enzyme-linked immunosorbent assay, indirect immunofluorescence, and microimmunofluorescence. For the clinical infections produced, there is wide range of animal species affected and susceptible. Disease associated with chlamydial infections, as we mentioned, are conjunctivitis, arthritis, abortion, urethritis, enteritis, pneumonia, and encephalomyelitis. For human infections, they are being acquired from contact or exposure to cetacean species of birds, resulting to the disease known as psittacosis, and other avian species, the disease is known as ornithosis. So for the first condition that we'll discuss, this is the enzootic abortion of ewes that is caused by Chlamydia abortus. So this is also affecting pigs, or the sows, cows, humans, that results also to chlamydial abortion. So this is a primarily a disease of intensively managed flock of sheep, resulting to abortion, which is known to be an economically significant disease in most sheep-producing countries. So the infection is introduced in clean flocks when infected replacement ewes abort. Large numbers of chlamydia are shed in the placenta and uterine discharges from affected ewes. For the clinical signs, So there's abortion during the late pregnancy or the late trimester or third trimester of pregnancy that results to birth of premature weak, or that may also result to birth of premature weak lambs. There is necrosis of the cotyledons and edema of adjacent intercotyledonary tissue in affected placenta, along with the dirty pink uterine exudates. So for the diagnosis, well-preserved aborted lambs and necrotic placentitis, large numbers of elementary bodies that can be demonstrated in placental smears. Commercially available diagnostic test kits, isolation of chlamydia in suitable cell lines or yolk sac of embryonated eggs, PCR to distinguish chlamydia abortus and chlamydia pecorum, serological methods, CFT ELISA, and indirect immunofluorescence can also be used as diagnostic methods. For the treatment and control, the drug of choice is the oxytetracycline, and we give long-acting to in-contact pregnant use. Isolate all aborted use for 2 to 3 weeks. Remove and destroy all placenta. Thoroughly clean the areas where abortion occurred with known disinfectants that have capability to kill the organism, because one of the characteristics of chlamydia is their survivability for several days in the environment. There is an available live attenuated vaccine that is administered before breeding season. Next, we have feline chlamydiosis, which is caused by Chlamydia felis. The condition is feline pneumonitis that is regarded as the original name. The condition is associated with conjunctivitis and less commonly rhinitis or inflammation of the nasal cavity. For the epidemiology and clinical signs, 10% of cats become infected with this organism. Mode of transmission is via direct or indirect contact with conjunctival or nasal secretions. Organism is shed in the reproductive tract of cats. Incubation period is 5 days. Once clinical signs are evident, there is unilateral or bilateral conjunctival congestion, sneezing and nasal discharge, clear ocular discharge, and blepharospasm. Ocular discharge may become mucopurulent with the presence of Mycoplasma felis and other species like Staphylococcus. We diagnose by isolation of chlamydia in suitable cell lines or yolk sac of embryonated eggs, staining of conjunctival smears using GEMSA Machiavello to reveal the intracytoplasmic inclusion bodies. PCR, CFT, and indirect immunofluorescence can be used to detect chlamydial antibody titers. As I have mentioned, this Chlamydia felis is one of the organisms included in the vaccine given in cats, together with other diseases like viral rhinotracheitis, chlamydia, of course, the chlamydia, also the panleukopenia virus, and even the calicivirus. Treatment and control, all in-contact cats should be treated at the same time. And the presence of or the availability of modified live vaccines for parenteral inoculation can protect cats. Next, we have the sporadic bovine encephalomyelitis, which is caused by Chlamydia pecorum. Affected animals under 3 years of age are the most susceptible, develop high fever, incoordination, depression, excessive salivation, and diarrhea. Recumbency and opisthotonus are evident. Course of the disease is 2 weeks or 14 days. It can cause 50% mortality rate. Lesions associated with vascular damage are seen in the brain. That's why it results to encephalomyelitis, and even other organs are affected. Diagnosis and treatment is based on the clinical signs, the presence of serofibrinous peritonitis, histopathological changes in the brain, and isolation of the organism from brain tissue. We can give high doses of penicillin and tylosin antibiotics. There is no vaccine commercially available yet. No defined control strategy. Next, we have avian chlamydiosis. Wide range of both wild and domestic avian species are susceptible. Organism is present in the respiratory discharges and feces of infected birds. Infection is acquired by inhalation or ingestion. Subclinical infection is common. Clinically affected and carrier birds shed the organism. The stress from captivity, transportation, egg laying, overcrowding, and intercurrent infection may precipitate or predispose outbreaks of the disease. Clinical signs. So after 10 days, which is the incubation period of the organism, so there will be signs now affecting the digestive tract, including diarrhea, and respiratory tract, which is the presence of nasal and ocular discharges, respiratory distress are seen. There is loss of condition. Postmortem examination reveals hepatosplenomegaly, enlargement of the liver and the spleen, erysiculitis, and peritonitis. For the diagnosis, the organism may be identified in stained impression smears of affected tissues, immunohistochemistry or ELISA kits to detect the chlamydial antigen. PCR-based methods is used to demonstrate the chlamydial DNA from the specimen submitted, isolation of organism in cell culture or embryonated eggs, serological tests like CFT and ELISA. Treatment and control, the drug of choice, again, is tetracycline. No commercial vaccines available yet. Imported birds should be held in quarantine and should receive tetracycline medicated feeds, proper husbandry, and suitable transportation. So this one in the left is a schematic circular diagram of the chromosome of Chlamydia abortus. And on the right is an electron micrograph image of a chlamydia inclusion showing both the elementary bodies and reticulate bodies, which are the infectious and the metabolically active forms, respectively. So this image is the transmission that occur upon exposure to infected birthing fluids, resulting to abortion. This is abortion in you, which is a very common sign. And this is a cat with chlamydia fellis. So we can see here that there is discharges in conjunctivitis in cats. This one is Chlamydia trachomatis inclusion bodies, which is shown as brown color in a McCoy cell culture. So Chlamydia trachomatis is an important pathogen in humans, which is the cause of trachoma. And for the Chlamydia caviae, causing disease in guinea pigs. And that ends our discussion on in the order Chlamydiales. Thank you and good day. If you have questions, you are free to ask them. Thank you very much.